Hi, I'm Lizette, a graduate student at the University of California, Santa Cruz, in the Microbiology and Environmental Toxicology program. I am a first-generation immigrant Latina in my 5th year, and I want to share with you insight on asking for letters of recommendation that helped me during my application process. You're going to need at least 3 letters of recommendation when you apply to graduate programs at UC Santa Cruz. Here are our suggestions on how to request them. Letters of recommendation are read by admissions committee members to get a sense of how you will work in a group research setting, individually doing independent work and research, and to understand whether or not you're considered a quality candidate for admission to a particular graduate program. It's important that you choose letter writers who can offer a candid and supportive review of your qualifications for graduate study. Most applicants will request letters from the faculty they worked or studied with as an undergraduate or in a prior graduate program. You can start by generating a list of possible letter recommenders. Who should be on this list? Well, here are some examples. If you're currently in college, start going to office hours with faculty and see if there are opportunities for you to work with them so they can get to know you better. This will improve the quality of the letter that the faculty member can write for you. If you've already been working on a research project with a faculty member, or you are familiar with an instructor, you should feel comfortable requesting a letter from them. This would be your top letter recommender on your list. If you haven't been working with anyone directly, no worries. Are you taking a class related to the graduate subjects you're interested in? Reach out to the instructor and ask them if they would be willing to meet with you to discuss writing a letter of recommendation. And what if you're not currently in school? Are you involved in any activities related to the graduate subjects you want to pursue? Or do you have a professional position where you work with people who understand how you work with others and independently? Go through your networks and see who you already know, or if they know of other contacts you can reach out to, as these can also be qualified recommenders for your application to graduate school. Make sure you give your recommenders plenty of advance notice, as they will likely have more than one person requesting a letter from them during this admission season. At least 1 month in advance is a good lead time, but they may need more time than this depending on their work schedules and commitments. Be sure to ask them how they would like to be reminded about the application deadlines you have coming up. Would they like to get an email from you a week beforehand or 2 weeks? Would they prefer a text or share a calendar reminder with them? Asking in advance will make everyone more comfortable with the reminders you will likely need to give them. Also be sure to give your recommender details about the programs you're applying to. Why do you want to apply to these schools or programs in particular? Let them know your research and career goals, and let them see your statement of purpose and personal statement if they request these materials, if you feel comfortable sharing these with them. Look through the website for the program that you will be applying to and ask yourself the following questions. Do they state whether or not letters of recommendation can arrive after the deadline for the application? If they do not state this information, and you are sure you've looked through their online information and details, go ahead and send an email to the staff member in charge of the graduate program asking when letters of recommendation should be received. This will be important information that you should share with your recommenders, as they will need to know at least the earliest deadline. When you finish your application to grad school, be sure to thank your recommenders for the letters they provided for you. This is a polite gesture that will let them know you recognize the time and effort they put in to help you with your application. Let them know what happens with your applications to the different schools you apply to. Your recommenders will not dictate the outcome of your application efforts, and it's important to keep perspective when you're applying to graduate school. You may or may not get into your dream school, but the connections you make during this process can stay with you for a long time going forward. Who knows, your recommender may end up being a colleague of yours in the near future.